Eli Lilly jumping over 3% after reporting an earnings beat and guidance that came in line with investor expectations. Revenue for the December quarter did fall short, though, with sales of weight loss drugs Mounjaro and Zepbound missing estimates for the second straight quarter. Still, the company giving a bullish outlook for its obesity pipeline, moving up the timeline for data on its next-gen injectable retatrutide. For more, let's bring in Leerink Partners Senior Managing Director David Reisinger. David, great to have you with us.
Yes.
It's curious because, they did give preliminary results back in January, so nothing was really too much of a surprise. But in terms of the pipeline, what are you most excited about here in the pipeline? Is it the oral, because we're going to get data in the second quarter, or is it the retatrutide?
Yes. Well, it's a bit of both. The oral really can be transformational. So I think a big driver of the stock move up today was the fact that management was quite bullish about the likelihood of success of the oral small molecule GLP-1 candidate, which indeed will generate its first phase 3 results in the second quarter. What they discussed was that there will be no manufacturing constraints, that they will roll it out globally, aggressively like they would a normal launch. So they contrasted it with tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro and Zepbound, which they had to hold back given supply constraints. But here, they can manufacture it and roll it out globally. So we're hoping they blanket the world with it when they start to launch that drug, if successful, in 2026.
What is the time to market, after phase 3 results are posted and they get the go-ahead? How much longer do we have to wait for that to actually hit that worldwide release? And how do you view that in terms of cannibalizing sales of the injectables?
Yes, good question. So in terms of the filing, we're expecting a filing of what's called orforglipron, that small molecule, in the second half of this year, and then a launch hopefully maybe in the middle of 26 or third quarter of 26. So approval probably in less than a year after it's filed in the second half of this year. And then the next one up after that is the triple G candidate that you mentioned, retatrutide. So that has 3 different mechanisms to lower weight. Tirzepatide has 2 mechanisms in it, so it could offer even greater weight loss than tirzepatide. That will generate its initial phase 3 data this year. They move that up from 2026 to late 25 for the first trial. They'll file that in 26 if it's successful and launch that one in 27.
How do you, though, think about margins? How do you think about revenue when it comes to the pill version, which presumably would be manufactured at a lower cost and maybe sold at a lower cost versus the injectables?
So we think it's going to significantly expand the market and access because they can potentially offer it at a lower price. It will be lower cost of goods sold, and it will be more accessible. So certainly there won't be the supply constraints and the difficulties of pharmacy access. So it offers a tremendous opportunity and helps to broaden the portfolio beyond just Zepbound today.
David, they gave guidance $22.50 to $24 for earnings. I'll give you 24 and I'll divide by 870 and I'll throw you a 36 times this year's numbers. Big valuation, but does it even matter in this environment? Because when it matters, you think about it, historically, these pharma companies traded half of that.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Well, the reason why the stock supports such a high multiple and why we're still rated outperform on it is that the company's growth prospects are really just outstanding. So their revenue guidance for this year is for the revenue for the total company to grow over 30%. So, that's more than triple most large cap pharma companies. And then beyond 2025, there's still a tremendous opportunity to generate additional sales in the field of obesity. We believe that today, less than 1 million people are on tirzepatide for obesity or Zepbound for obesity in the U.S.